If I had £1 for every time Microsoft and Sony tried to kill off used games, then I'd be up to around about 15 quid by now. It's clear these companies want nothing to do with retailers, or with all the attempts to kill off used games with season passes, perpetual DRM machines, and now a subscription service offering up games on Xbox One. Let's talk about that. So this is the story of Microsoft now starting up a Netflix-styled, in quotes, subscription service for games, much like PlayStation Now, the ill-fated OnLive, remember that, and Nintendo's ridiculous Virtual Console game per month deal for the Switch. I threw that in just to make fun of it, really. No joke, just threw it in. Except the subscription service in question is $10 and actually sounds really promising. Let's look at that features list together, shall we? Firstly, the clunkily named Xbox Game Pass will allow you to play from up to 100 games. Not huge, but it's a start. So far, the games supported is obviously quite small, given that the plans have just been announced and all that, but the running theme is that the Xbox One will play the Xbox 360 games within that 100 game spectrum too via backwards compatibility. A savvy move too, with people calling it the nail in the coffin for used games, because offering up somewhat older games is equivalent to killing the used games market apparently. The second feature is that, unlike PlayStation Now, it's $10 cheaper and it's not relying on streaming games, so you don't have to worry about a dropped connection, you don't get booted out of the game. Instead, it does the sensible thing and downloads the game to your hard drive, like you might reasonably expect it to. Thank God. Microsoft, you're intriguing me even more with this. You're actually being, and hold your breath in amazement everybody, consumer friendly? Do go on! And finally, to add a mouldy cherry onto this otherwise perfect pie, it won't be tied to Xbox Live Gold, meaning Microsoft has at least sort of avoided the trappings of a double-dipping subscription service, meaning you don't need Xbox Live Gold to play the game in single player, though the asterisk of me saying sort of in the previous sentence is that you need Gold to play the game online for multiplayer, should the game have it. It's not ideal, but I am pleased that at least single player is subscription-ception free. In fact, that's really the only gripe I have for the service as a whole. I'm serious, it's actually quite a good idea. The playing only in single player mode, not the only paying for online. If this subscription service plan is for what is essentially renting older games is well executed, then I'd go so far as to say it boosts sales for the Xbox One, not exponentially, but it would at least help, and we'll see at least a decrease in used game sales. I know that's a bit of a controversial statement to say, but hear me out. Unlike everyone else, and this is where it's important, this won't kill the used games market. Not even a little bit. Used games are somehow the demon or scapegoat video game corporations like to point their finger to for when a game doesn't sell well. You and I know that's not the case, but despite evidence to the contrary, they won't listen. Previous attempts to crush the used games market have all ended in failure, of which I mentioned a few at the top of the video. Season passes is the one everyone remembers the most because it was so goddamn awful. EA pushed it to hell and back and you couldn't play FIFA without it really, given its main draw to fans of FIFA were the online matches, and well, that's about it really. In the past, Sony and Microsoft in particular would have gone over retailers' heads and bring out things like the aforementioned Season Pass, the initial plan for Xbox One to be always online, and just basically not give a damn about the customers because that's who will have to suck it up and give them that sweet money to actually play their game properly. Now though, we're seeing a bit of an opposite trend. Microsoft is actually trying to act like a good guy, offering just enough benefits to make you buy their system and the subscription service, and again, avoiding the need to visit GameStop, Game, or whatever retailer you happen to live next to. At the very least, my initial reaction to the release of Xbox Game Pass is largely positive, I'll have to admit. I'm being uncharacteristically optimistic about this service, given that it's so well thought out to benefit those who buy stuff digitally. It surprisingly got no overlap with physical sales either, apart from removing the need to visit a physical store. That's very hard to say for some reason. Yes, the games on its service are not new, but that's not its target audience. No, its audience is those who want to play well-received games without paying the premium price, because they're often priced higher than other games at retail. They are, just look around. What Microsoft is offering is essentially two options. If you want convenience, rent it digitally via Xbox One Game Pass. If you want to own it forever, then buy it physically, and Microsoft won't punish you either way for going with either option. Well, except for paying for the online service. Yeah. And with that, I thank you very much for listening.